At first glance, newborn potty training sounds impossible until you realize it's just about tuning in. So here's how I start EC from birth, considering timing, cues, and the mindset that actually works. I'm Andrea Olson, a mom of 6 babies and author of Go Diaper Free, and I'm an elimination communication or EC expert. We can also call it baby pottying. All right, let's dive into 9 keys to EC a newborn. Number 1, I start right away, just like I start breastfeeding right away, just like I help my baby sleep right away, and I dress my baby in clothing right away. I start EC right away. I don't wait for readiness signs, which is absolute BS that the diaper companies have promoted through doctors over the years to sell more diapers. Waiting for signs of readiness is a potty training myth. Okay, back to EC. Instead of delaying, I lean into the early sensitivity. Like, yeah, we're overwhelmed, but we're also, the veil is so thin, if you will, in between us and each other and our intuition. Like, we're super bonding with oxytocin. So starting right away with a newborn is tapping into that early sensitivity. Number 2, I look for patterns. So the first P of the day, during or after feeding, before naps, I look for times that are convenient for me to take them, but I also look for patterns that happen. Even newborns have a rhythm to them, and I offer during those common windows. No tracking really necessary. And now what this could look like is baby wakes up, offer the potty, nurse or bottle feed, wait for the first fuss after feeding, offer the potty, be with baby for a little while, potty one more time, and put them down for nap. When they wake up, you do it again. So looking for patterns, that's our pattern. You can look for one with your newborn. Number 3, I keep it relaxed with a newborn, and with any age baby we start EC, we want to keep it relaxed. EC is not a full-time job and it's not a chore. It's actually a form of responsive and respectful parenting where you're taking care of a need for your baby until they can do it themselves. And developmentally, it is spot on starting with a newborn. And by keeping it relaxed, I don't stress about when I can't do it. I can skip sometimes if I want to, and I never really stress about missing or misguessing. Babies are super forgivable, and we put way too much pressure on ourselves as moms anyway, so have some grace. Number 4, I offer the potty during transition times. I love these so much. I use them with any age baby starting EC. I suggest you use them. These are the easiest times: waking up, after feeding, before sleep, before and after the car seat, the baby carrier. Anytime you want your baby to be comfortable and less fussy, like before sleep. I go to the bathroom before I sleep. I go to the bathroom when I wake up after sleep. There are common times that are transitions during the day in the care cycle when it's a really nice time to offer the potty. And again, it's an offering. They don't have to go, but they get a chance. And when you're consistent with this, especially with a newborn, they pick up on that really fast and start to sync with you. Number 5, I use a cue sound. So I build sound association from the very first day of doing EC, and in fact, it counts as EC in and of itself. If I'm doing naked observation time, like I've just had a catch or we've just had a bath, they've just woken up and I've pottied them, I lay them on a waterproof pad, which I have over at tinyundies.com if you need those. When I notice that they're going, I say psst along with pee or along with poop. And even if you don't actively take them to the potty at that time and you're just easing into this, that builds a common language. So you both know when I make this sound, this is when it's okay to go, or when you are going. This is just the sound that I associate with potty time. And over time, the cue becomes the signal that they recognize too, where they're okay to release. When you have them in position, you make the noise and they're like, oh yeah, that's the noise. That means it's time to pee. Now, my free easy start guide is a 1-pager. It's listed in the description below that will walk you through some of the things you need to do to just catch a pee today and see if this will work for you. I promise you'll be hooked. Number 6, I watch for subtle signals. So with a newborn, luckily they are very primal. They are very 4th trimester, if you will, and they are very vocal. So you're going to get a lot more signals during the first 0 to 4 months than you are going to once they start to get preoccupied with walking and crawling and talking, things like that. Some common signals include squirming, fussing, pausing while feeding, popping off the breast. So you think you're having a breastfeeding issue or a bottle feeding issue, and it's actually maybe not a latch issue. It's maybe not a supply issue. It might be that your baby just needs to go to the bathroom. And what do? My book covers that, but you basically hold them over something, and then after they've peed, you go back to feeding. Or you just let it go and you just know that that's what's going on, and you wait, and then they finish. I have a full list of the signals that are possible in my Easy Start Guide. Actually, it's a partial list, but the full list comes with my book. The partial list is in the Easy Start Guide. Anyway, it'll give you an idea. Also, when babies squirm, when you're baby wearing them and they're not comfortable, you think that they hate the baby carrier. That actually could be a sign that they need to go. It's kind of like a puppy. Like if you've ever picked up a puppy and they start to squirm in your arms, so you set them down and they pee on your carpet, same thing. And number 7, I don't expect perfection. So I don't track every pee. I don't keep track of how many catches and how many misses I've had today. I saw somebody post about that one time and I was like, oh my gosh, don't put that pressure on yourself. This is about connection. This is about responsive parenting. This is about respectful parenting. This is about getting to know each other and just really fulfilling a need and responding to a need that your baby has strong instincts for and that you probably want for your baby baby to not have to sit in poo or pee or do that on themselves, knowing that they have a strong instinct about it. This is not about results or numbers. It is about doing your best, learning from when you miss or misguess. And if you try to be perfect about anything with parenting, it's just not going to happen. So it's a very humbling experience. Number 8, I dress my babies for success. So we can use a gown that has a pretty loose opening at the bottom with a diaper underneath. I like to use a sleep sack with a long baby shirt and just a diaper for sleep. And I like to use just your basic elastic topped pants. I like to use the footed ones with newborns because it keeps their feet warm without having to deal with socks. But I also love baby leg warmers. I love split pants or baby chaps, which I have over at tinyundies.com. They're called kaidangku. It's a Chinese kind of split pants that babies can basically feel free to go in, especially when they're walking and stuff. But you can put the chaps underneath a diaper. So put the diaper, and especially if you cloth diaper, it looks really cute. You put them in chaps so that keeps their legs warm when they're pottying, and you keep the diaper over top of it, which basically has a giant hole so the diaper can go over it when you're not having them or letting them be free. The point being with how you dress your baby is we don't want complicated onesies with a bazillion buttons. We want the ones with zippers if we're going to use those. If it's quick to remove, it's going to be easier to potty. And number 9, I use elimination communication as communication. EC is literally about communication. So it's about listening and responding. And I strongly believe that it creates a secure attachment bond between caregivers and babies because they know that they can rely on you and trust you. When they need something, you're going to respond to the best of your ability. They don't expect you to be perfect, but they do deserve and expect and love and really thrive when they're being communicated with about this very essential need. It builds trust, it builds confidence, and also helps with the bonus of a baby who stays dry earlier than anyone expects, gets their poops to their potty, and just has super good hygiene, which is a bonus for everybody. Click here for more videos like this.